What's up, Playboy?
All right, we are going to get into our predictions for the NFC West. You know, one of the most competitive divisions in football, especially over the last couple of years. And I want to kick us off with the Los Angeles Rams. All right, I had this team going 11-6. Where'd you have them at, DeMarcus?
So I think I have the Rams somewhere in there. I think they did lose some talent on offense, but ultimately gained a better quarterback in Matthew Stafford. The question is always how he looks, how healthy Stafford is. He usually plays a lot of games, but he plays some games nicked up. I think if he's healthy all season, 11-6 is certainly achievable for them, given their schedule this year.
All right, I was actually kind of interested in this. So they have a really soft schedule. Like the NFC West has some soft schedules in general, but they get the Colts very early before they can gel, the Giants, the Lions, the Texans in a row, and they play the Jaguars and the Vikings. I feel like right there, that's about 6 wins that you can just book them for.
Well, the AFC South, which is where the Texans, Titans, Dolphins all play, etc. That is a pretty rough division right now, especially the Titans and the Colts. What's going on there in their respective situations, and so that is why this division already has really good teams. They're going to have some kind of inflated records this year, even more because they play the AFC South.
All right. That is a big thing to keep up because I didn't even have the Rams sweeping any divisional opponents. So we'll move on down to where I want to talk about where you have the 49ers at because I'm interested in this one.
So the 49ers are a bit of a conundrum. I think with Jimmy G, I think he's going to play this entire year. I think they're going to be a really good team without all the injuries from last year. I think they go 12-5. I have them winning this division. I have them with losses at Arizona versus Indy, at Seattle, at Tennessee, and at the Rams. And that's it. And I think the rest of the games, the 49ers are very capable of winning, and I think they will win them.
All right. I also had the 12-5 actually exactly. They did have a couple early injuries. 2 players got injured in training camp and are out for the season already. I want to say one tore an Achilles, and the other one has another season-ending injury already. But they do have Detroit, Philly, the Jags, the Bengals, the Falcons, the Texans, and the Vikings on their schedule. So that's even more than the Rams in far of like weak strength of schedule that they have going on over there. I had them taking some surprisingly L's. I have them losing to the Bears week 8, even though you do not. But I have some faith in us on that one. But you know, they end the season on a losing streak in my prediction. I'm gonna move on to the Cardinals. The Cardinals I have as a 9-8 team, and I think that means the Cardinals will miss the playoffs yet again, even though they have a lot of shiny new pieces. They added some wide receiver talent, but they're kind of wide receiver talent we haven't seen be very successful in recent memory, even though they have D-Hop. And D-Hop in and of himself is a monster, and their defense seems to be a lot improved. But this is a season with how consistent we think Kyler can be. And I think that the floor for this team should be 8 wins with a much improved roster. But I think they'll take a loss week 1 to the Titans, a loss to the Rams in week 4, a loss to the San Francisco 49ers in week 5, and the Cleveland Browns in week 6. From there, I think they'll go on a little bit of a win streak, but lose to the 49ers. Away at the 49ers on week 9. I also have them taking a loss to the Bears on week 13, and then a loss to the Colts and a loss to the Seahawks.
Okay. Right. I think Arizona's biggest problem is the division they're in. It's going to be rough for them to make the playoffs based on the way they're slotted, and they're likely to be the 4th team in the division and still have a winning record, which is crazy.
They also might have the hardest schedule in the division.
Also a thing. So we got to talk about the guy up west in the Northwest. The man who cooks, Russell Wilson, and the Seattle Seahawks. And I have them going 11-6 and finishing 2nd in this division. I have them with a couple of surprising losses, but I had them with a loss at San Francisco, at Tennessee, at Pittsburgh, at Green Bay, at the Rams, and at Arizona. So all their losses come on the road. I think with the crowd back, the 12th man back in the stadium up in Seattle, they win all their home games, go 11-6, second in this division, and make the playoffs again.
All right, I had them going 10-7. That's only one game off. I have them taking it out to the Washington football team.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
They're at Washington. It's
the football team, as they call themselves, are going to be good. The question is quarterback play. I'm not sure they'll get consistent enough quarterback play to be able to beat this team late.
Oh, that is interesting. We'll see if Russ continues to cook throughout the season, unlike last season where he kind of took a little bit of a nosedive in the mid.
Well, one kind of thing that's going to be a factor in this record is the relationship between Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. We heard a lot of this offseason about the fracture in that relationship, particularly on how the offense is run. And if they don't get that resolved and there is a problem there, 11-6 is their ceiling, and their floor is much, much lower.
All right. I'm with you. Those are our predictions for the NFC West.